Hi, I'm Lynn Ketelsen of the Linder Farm Network. Today you're going to hear the story of Altenburg construction. We're at a farm in rural New Richland. Slats are being replaced. You're going to see how this happens and the company that makes it happen. Okay, Andrew, let's talk first about your business. Tell us about it.
It started way back in 1994. At that time, I had unfortunately went broke in a paper recycling business and went to work for a bigger hog farmer in the area. One of the gentlemen that worked there as a construction supervisor said, "You should do this," meaning that I needed another job, and I was probably working 3 or 4 at the time regarding grouting these barns. And I told him, I said, basically, you're nuts, you know, like I needed one more thing to do. And he said, well, you can make $1,000 a barn grouting them. So I thought, well, Grandpa's got a cement mixer behind the chicken shed. How hard is it to mix some sand and cement up? So it really got started from there, making relationships with slat manufacturers and bigger farms that were growing at that time. That was the onset of a lot of newer confinement barns in the early 90s and stuff like that. So we really got in on the ground level, and we've taken it a long way since then.
Tell us what you're doing here.
Right now we've got a crew that's taking the equipment out. Tyler came and inspected it roughly 3 weeks ago. On the surface, the slats look like normal wear and tear for a barn this age. Upon further investigating, looking at the beams or the lentils, the rebar is rusted on the bottom, which has compromised the integrity of this floor. Literally, some spots in here could fail while we're working in here. So the farmer decided to get it changed out right away before he had any other problems. And that's really what we do every day, all day long, is replace slats and beams. We've also come up with a new product called Slat Shield for going around feeders and waters to really protect stuff, because of the feeds ingredients they're using is really harsh on concrete.
How do you identify when a barn needs to be redone?
First, we come in with a bright flashlight and LED light. Tyler likes to use a headlamp on his hat. It's much easier to look in. But on the structure of this stuff, you want to look at the lower portion of the slat and the beam. You would typically stand back, or if I was going to look at a beam, I would look at the one adjacent to me. You can see, if you shine the bottom, you're looking for a straight edge. If you don't see a straight edge and it's a little jagged, and in these particular ones, you can actually see rebar hanging out of them in different locations. So upon seeing that, sometimes it's just a 1 or 2 thing. You could just get away with just replacing that individual one, but in this instance, about 90% of them have that issue. So we do a thorough inspection, try to show the owner or the caretaker what's going on, so they're well aware of it, and then they can decide what they'd like to do from there.
I basically started working at Altenburg Construction right out of high school. Then I spent college years at South Dakota State and kind of had a good thing going. So I came back, and for the first 10 years or so, I was running a crew, overseeing a replacement crew. And then in 2017, unfortunately, Andy had gotten cancer, and so I kind of jumped in with both feet and started overseeing the operations, estimating and overseeing the crews. Watching this company grow, I mean, basically we started out in Andy's garage, and then now we've got 30 employees, and just in 17 is like the air got knocked out of you, or we got to figure out a way to keep going, and unfortunately we were able to weather that storm and actually grow in the process. So.
Obviously, farmers like doing business with you guys. Why is that? What do you offer?
I think it comes to our work ethic, and I come from a farm family. Andy comes from a farm, and then my motto and my emphasis is always on craftsmanship, and I will always treat your barn, your property, like it was my own, if not better than what it was my own. And just that no matter what happens, I'm going to make it right, and we're going to do a good job for you. And that that mentality is company-wide and makes people want to do business.
So safety, biosecurity, both are big issues. Tell us about that.
Right. I mean, foremost in our is safety. We want to keep people safe. This barn, I was in here to look at where around the feeder pads to possibly address that. The owner of this basically got blindsided because he did not know how bad his floor was. And that's an instance that I can't stress enough. Just because everything at the top level looks safe, there could be issues underneath. And this barn was a time bomb. We're lucky that we came into it when we did and caught the issue. But I don't want to see any of the employees get hurt. I don't want to see any workers, and I don't want to see any livestock get hurt because of a failure in a facility. We've got every crew's got a set of equipment. We've got backups for our backups. We're working with producers' pig flows. That's a huge deal. These guys might only have a week to get this barn back into shape. So you got to be there when the barn's empty, and we do everything we can to make that happen. With the age of the barns and what was built in the early 90s, I can't imagine things are going to slow down. These barns are getting in. The top structure is still in really good condition. And the floors didn't outlive the rest of the building. So I mean, these buildings are in too good a shape just to condemn. So.
You guys work fast.
We work fast with the emphasis on quality. Yeah.
If you have any concerns or questions, feel free to call us. We're on the web. We have a very informative website. You'll find videos that we've put on YouTube to try to educate people for that reason. We want to educate everybody we come in contact with. Just like your roof, the concrete's just as important, and it can be diagnosed well before you have a failure.
So Altenburg Construction, what a great story. Great people doing a job that's needed for the hog industry across the Midwest. This is Lynn Ketelsen of the Linder Farm Network.